What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Trout Wrangler Podcast. We got a really cool episode coming today. Got the vibes curator back there. Um, we got Johnny Monero on the podcast today. He's a guide, living and fishing, Georgetown, South Carolina. Um, got a really cool episode in store. But before we get to the episode, um, check out riversmith.com. Use code Wrangler10 at checkout to save on any of those awesome products from them. The shoot, the Convoy series bags, the River Quivers, anything from Riversmith Wrangler10 at checkout saves you 10% on your purchase. So without further ado, um, here is our episode with Johnny Monero. What's up, guys? Like I said in the intro, we do have an interview today. Um, he lives in the state of South Carolina. Um, I'll kick it over to you to introduce yourself a little bit, Johnny.
Cool. My name's Johnny Monero. I live in Guide in Georgetown, South Carolina. Kind of like smack in the middle of the Myrtle Beach and Charleston area. So we kind of get most of our clientele out of the Myrtle Beach, Pawleys Island, Debadew. Um, in some south, we get some people come up from Charleston, but most of our clientele comes from like the north side of town. Um, but yeah, I've been guiding here. This is my fourth or fifth season guiding, second year full time. And yeah, so this is kind of been fishing here for about 13 years, 14 years, in Georgetown, Winyah Bay area. But I grew up in the north in New Jersey and grew up doing the striper thing and in the surf and fly fishing. I mean, I've been fly fishing since I've been 11, but when you're in high school, you do what all the cool kids do. I was throwing plugs in the surf for stripers. So, so I didn't fly fish much through high school, but, kind of circled back around to it when I got down here and really got heavy into the saltwater thing. First with stripers, obviously, but really the redfish kind of stole my heart.
Oh
So,
yeah, dude, it's hard. It's hard not to saltwater fly fish when you're down there in the low country, man. It's just
yeah,
one
for
of those
sure.
things.
I
It's
mean,
it's
yeah, and I didn't really I never threw a fly rod in fresh water until I actually moved here. Like, so it's like I didn't trout fish with a fly rod until I was in college. We used to fish the Saluda, the lower Saluda, because that was,
yeah,
2 hours from Myrtle Beach. And I don't know how to fish. I know you and Patrick might have fished up that way.
yeah,
Um, but I don't know how the trout fishing there is anymore. But when I was in college, it was pretty fun. I mean, they did a pretty good job of keeping the place stocked well, and the river was always, it was tailwater.
yeah.
But I fished, that was like kind of my first real trout fishing, and then I fished Western North Carolina and stuff like that. But most of anything I've been throwing a fly rod's been with, you know, 8 weights or bigger,
Yeah.
so I've never really, so like and this area and just the redfish in general is a fish that's built for the fly rod, in my
Oh
opinion.
yeah. I agree. Yeah, the reds are 100% built for a fly rod.
Yeah.
So how did Blackwater Revival Guide Service begin, and what inspired that name?
Um, it's not really anything cool, but we were like, me and a buddy, Bobby, originally kind of started this thing together. And it was like, I live on the Black River here in Georgetown. A lot of the water in, these coastal rivers is super dark black water, from, like cypress, like like old cypress knots and, different kinds of, you know, timber in the water in the riverbeds, stuff like that. I guess that's kind of how it gets tannic. But you're kind of just trying to come up with something cool, something that wasn't like run of the mill. And I remember I was driving over the bridge, going over Winyah Bay. And he's like, "How about Blackwater or something?" I was like, "Blackwater's cool." And he's like, "Blackwater Revival," and I was like, "Ah." That sounds catchy, and I mean, it should be a band, but it's turned into my name. But the whole Blackwater thing's kind of evolved, and now Blackwater is still my company, but I also guide through Carolina Guide
Oh,
Service, and
cool.
I'm with a group of guides now. Um, so Blackwater's, I'm never gonna let that name go because I really, really love that brand, and I mean, it's something that I was able to build myself over the past with starting with the help of my friend Bobby. I really like grow something from nothing, and I'm really proud of that. I worked really hard to try to get to where I'm at in guiding today. I don't know if I mentioned it, but my fifth season or fourth or fifth season guiding, and started on my own, didn't have any kind of push of people sending me business. My buddy Jeff Laddick, who did guide here, moved to Montana, and I got some business from him. I worked for Orvis in college, so that helped a little bit, but I kind of started with nothing and real part-time, running maybe a trip a month, trying to get the phone to ring, and slowly picked away at it, grew it more, grew a network of into a network of guides. And I'm really proud of the last 5 years of the work, and just hope it keeps growing, in the future.
But yeah. So you describe like a deep connection to lifestyle and cultures of fishing in the Low Country. Can you explain what that looks like for you?
Dude, I think living in a place like Georgetown, like where I live right across from the Black River. We have 300-year-old live oaks in the front yard, and rice, all these old rice fields across the river. I mean, I think it's kind of like when you're doing something like what I do, like especially making a living off of our resource, like it's the Low Country itself becomes your lifestyle. It's
Yeah.
like kind of just molds into you. Like everything about this place really kind of is comes full circle with what I do. And like we don't take the kids to go to the park on the weekends. We get them in the boat. Like we just got back from the beach, took kids to the boat beach by boat, like rode them up the river, through the inlet, through the marsh, everything like that. Like that's what we do. Like everything we kind of do is circled around our resource, which is awesome. And
Yeah.
it's kind of a dream. Guiding's not easy. 100% it is not easy, especially in the salt. Weather could shut us out of work, and all these factors can end our careers tomorrow. But like, it's pretty freaking sweet, dude. Like just to have, I'm very fortunate to be able to do this, and make my living off this resource that I respect, more than anything.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. I've like going to the beach by boat. Like we used to do that. We used to go to Wrightsville Beach and we go to Masonboro. I
Hmm.
don't know if you've been to Wrightsville Beach and done
Oh
like
yeah, I have a
Masonboro
bunch of
fishing.
buddies that are up that way that go to Masonboro surfing and all that.
Yeah, dude, it's fun. But like that is just
Did you
like
go to school down
kind
there?
of like molds. I went to East Carolina.
Oh, cool. Right on Greenville.
Yep, right there in Greenville. So we were
Nice.
only like an hour forty
Right on.
five minutes from Wrightsville, which was nice.
Oh, cool. Right on.
Oh yeah. But what are the defining characteristics of the Blackwater and Winyah Bay rivers where you fish?
So Winyah Bay in general is the fourth largest watershed by discharge on the eastern seaboard. So not by like
Oh, I
maybe
never
not by
knew that.
square miles. Yep, not by square miles, but by like inflow, like water flowing into Winyah Bay out of the rivers. We have four major rivers that confluence kind of right in the mouth, like right on the end of Winyah Bay. Like if you come over the bridges, coming like over Polly's Island and into Georgetown, You've got the big bridge is the Waccamaw, then the little bridge is the PD, and then the black merges with the PD about a mile up from that. And then just up the way, you got the Sandpit River that comes out of Georgetown, like from Andrews, and that's the smallest of the four right there. Um, so, but you've got all this new water, kind of. There's new water hitting our bay, not just from the ocean, but if it rains up in Boone, North Carolina, that PD River system, is goes all the way up to Boone, and we're going to see that water at some point over the next weeks or so. So
Yeah.
like that's what makes it such a diverse estuary, just because we have more changing factors in our salinities and what's coming down the river and that kind of stuff. So it makes for a really good. It can make it hard to fish too, because we get major storms, it can flush us with fresh water, and move all the bait out of the bay, and could be tough. Um
Yeah.
but it's just a very prolific resource for different types of species to thrive. I mean, we can catch a largemouth off of our dock over here, and the next cast catch a redfish.
That's
Like
sick.
it's pretty cool. There's not many places. I'm sure there is, but there's not many places that are this close to the bay that you can go run a popping cork with a shrimp under it and catch a freshwater species, then catch a saltwater species.
Yeah,
Like
saltwater.
it's pretty cool. I mean, there's unique things. There's some super good. I haven't really gotten to the rabbit hole of the fly fishing in the rice fields, or like all these old rice fields that we have here. But there's some excellent freshwater, like warm water fly fishing opportunity around here too. Like we get big mayfly hatches.
Oh, that's sick.
Like so, but you're gonna catch like panfish or bluegills and stuff like that. But like some of the old guys I fish with, they live for that mayfly hatch. You better know where it is, but
Yeah.
there's different stuff. And then obviously in the summertime we have a lot of mosquitoes,
Yeah.
which sucks. But
Yeah.
like it's really buggy here, really buggy, and mosquitoes buzzing around my ears right now. And you just learn to live with the bugs throughout their seasons. We get these nasty yellow flies in the spring that you can't even go out in your yard and enjoy it because they dive bomb you. Then after they show up, we're just getting bit by mosquitoes till like November, but it's great.
Yeah. Dude, it is crazy how those mayfly hatches are so damn big. Dude, like
Yeah.
we'll be driving down to like when I used to bass fish a lot, we'd be going down to Hartwell and you pull up at a damn
Hmm.
gas station and you have
And
pillars
then,
and pillars and pillars just full of
yeah,
mayflies.
it's crazy. It's kind of
Wild.
wild, and people don't associate that with the coastal region. Like obviously there's no trout rising in them, but a lot of other things eat those. Your bass and your bluegills, and so there's just a lot of opportunity. We kind of like short sighted. Like most of my fishing's. Most of what my people want to do is fly redfish. I have light tackle fish a lot too. That's part of being a saltwater
Yeah.
guide. In you know, we're not the Florida Keys. We're not able to be strictly fly rods only or whatever. Like being here, not being a huge destination fishery too. It's just kind of got to adapt to your clientele. I take people bait fishing. I take people spin fishing, light tackle fishing,
Yeah.
um, fly fishing, sunset cruises, whatever. Like it's kind of just what you got to do as a guide here. But like resource wise, we got something pretty cool. Pretty cool here, and
Oh yeah.
part of you wants part of you wants it to part of you want like obviously for business you want it to grow, but like part of me like wants it to kind of stay the way it is. Like we don't
Yeah.
kind of keep I don't want Georgetown to grow too much. It's going to,
Yeah.
but it's cool to have this little nestle of And don't get me wrong, there's more boats in the water than ever, but like, it's cool to have a resource like we have here. That
Yeah, dude.
is
That whole area is like super cool. Um,
it's
I got
and
buddies
it's
that, like,
different. I mean,
shoot, where are my? I'm still trying to figure out where my buddies are from. Not
are they
Loris.
from Brunswick? Are they from Tabor City?
No, it's not Loris. Um, shoot,
South
good
Carolina or
baseball
North
team.
Carolina?
It's in North Carolina. Um,
Not like Brunswick County or anything like that. Is it Brunswick County?
I don't know. Good baseball town. Um,
Are they by the beach? Or are
no,
they like more inland?
they're a little more inland, off of like 74 near Waccamaw River. Um, or it might be near Lake
Uh,
Waccamaw. Shoot, it's gonna escape me. It'll come to me. Um,
yeah, there's Chadburn up there is off 74, and then shit, I don't really know. To be honest, with you. I'm not real good
yeah,
with
I'll
that
figure
part of
it out.
North Carolina. I know more about like Wilmington, the Swans up to like Swansboro and like the Harker's
Yeah,
Island and stuff like that. But I like that just over the border stuff in South Carolina, North Carolina. Like haven't done much with it.
dude, it's just no man's land.
It literally is. It's like
Yeah, dude.
supply all the way to like Ocean Isle Beach is. I fished Ocean Isle some, but that you'd believe it or not, that area is like that little area from like Little River to Ocean Isle is exploding right now.
Oh yeah,
Like
dude, it's nuts.
development wise, yeah,
Dude,
it's
it's
crazy. It's
crazy.
just like the middle of nowhere.
I got a lot of buddies that are in construction, and they're like,
Yeah.
dude, right there, like Burgaw kind of area. They're like, dude, it
Hmm.
is absolutely exploding, like all over. Like Wrightsville Beach is just huge. Um,
Oh
and
yeah.
it's grown a ton, dude. Like,
It's like It's like Charleston.
yeah,
It's like North Carolina's Charleston. You know,
100%.
Maybe not as big as Charleston, but it's
It's
pretty
getting
freaking
there.
big.
It's
It's
getting
getting
there.
there for sure.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. When I went to ECU, dude, we used to goose hunt Harker's Island sometimes.
Oh yeah, dude, I love it down there. You
I
want to talk about nothing? There's freaking nothing down there, dude.
Oh no, dude. There's
You
not.
bet. You better stop. You better stop and get stuff in like both Moorhead before you
Yeah.
cross over that bridge because they ain't nothing. Maybe a
Oh
Dollar
no, they ain't
General,
there.
but
Yeah, dude.
mm-mm.
It's like if you want liquor, you got to stop right there before in Moorhead
You gotta.
City.
Yo, yeah, or you're fucked, dude.
Yeah, you're fucked. That's just the way it is, dude.
I didn't
Or
know
you'll
if I
have
could
to
say
pay
that.
that.
So
Oh yeah, dude. You can. It's
okay, cool,
yeah, it's fun. Yeah, you can curse, you can do whatever. But yeah, dude,
nice.
freaking Moorhead City. I remember we went to Big Rock there one time, and
Hmm.
it was insane how much cover charges the bars were charging there, just because it was Big Rock
Really?
week.
Because it's Big Rock.
Dude,
Yeah,
$100,
that's a
$100 cover charges. I'm like, dude, fuck
well,
that.
dude. That's the
There's
only time they
freaking
make any. That's probably the only time they make any money down there. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I mean, I'm sure they do, but like on a large scale, like the Big Rocks. Like, sorry, I'm this
oh,
stuff
you're
right
good.
here. By the way, Marsh
Yeah,
Romance, good stuff. It's a
I'd have to
Victoria's
get
Secret
some of that.
spray that the dudes from Louisiana came up with, and it keeps the gnats and the mosquitoes off you. Stuff's great. I'm
Oh
not
yeah,
sponsored by them, but it does stay in the boat all the time.
hell
Um,
yeah.
but yeah,
Shit.
yeah, dude, like Moorhead. I mean, I'm sure they get some traffic throughout the year with the offshore thing and all that, but like honestly, like that Big Rock weekend's probably so serious for them that they need to make as much money as they fucking can.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, 100%.
and they will. And
Dude.
people who are fishing in that tournament are all loaded, dude.
Yeah.
There's no one poor
So
fishing in the Big
yeah, they're
Rock.
gonna. Oh yeah, no, 100%. That's not just like a. That's not just like a like, oh yeah, pay like $100-$200 entry fee. Nah, you're breaking out your checkbook
No,
and you're writing
this
some
isn't a king.
check
That's
entry
not a
off.
king. That's not a king mackerel tournament, bro. That's
Nah, it
like
is not a
like
king tournament.
that is not a
You ever
kingfish
seen that
tournament.
video?
Like
Have you ever
which one?
the I love king fishing? The pro
Oh yeah,
staffer.
dude. Oh
Fucking
dude,
great
yeah.
video.
I remember when that came out. I remember when that came out. Like we still watch that video. We'll sit at the marina. I fish out of marina right here in town. And, it's a big offshore, big offshore marina, and that
Yeah.
kingfish video like at least twice a year we're watching it. Whenever there's a kingfish tournament, like we're watching that video. You know,
Mercury Optimax.
Very- I'm
God
gonna-
damn it.
what would he say? He's like, we'll give you jean
Oh.
shorts, a wife beater, and
Yeah.
gold chain, and I'll beat the shit out of you,
Yeah.
and
Oh
spray you with a
god, dude.
garden hose.
Such a
You're
great
poisoning
video,
your
dude. They made
It's like you're poisoning your unborn baby with mercury.
yeah. Or they said
That's a great
something like
video.
you get more. Oh, dude, it's so funny. I used to be able to quote it, but I can't anymore.
Me too.
But
I'm a dude. That was
dude,
you should put a link to that in your show notes.
oh, dude, I'm about to. I'm about to put a link to it in the show notes, dude. I'm gonna watch it for good measure when I get off of this. And it's
Yeah, that's
like,
a
what was
classic.
the other line from that? They're like, oh, it's something about circle hooks or something like that.
Oh, dude, there's so I remember watching like kingfish tournament videos and like fucking boats driving like they're in the lineup getting ready to blast off, and like somebody gets whiskey throttle and just throws their boat up over someone else's boat, like they're piling boats on top of one another, dude. Like, yeah, dude, that's kingfishing guys. They're a different breed, dude.
Oh
You
yeah,
know.
dude, it's
It's very
nuts.
diverse,
I
though.
had
There's some really up and up guys that kingfish, and then there's some straight rednecks that kingfish.
oh yeah, dude.
Like
They're just out there. They're just out there with a bag of weed and some fucking boat gas, and they just want to get after it.
drinking Bush Light and
Yeah,
making questionable decisions for their 17-foot sea hunt.
dude. Yeah, nah,
But-
it's more like, dude. It's probably like a 1972
oh
20
yeah,
foot 20 foot damn Parker with the
I've seen
floorboard.
guys in out there in like 17-foot. I mean, honestly though, like in reality of the thing, like you can catch a kingfish. Granted, I've never really kingfished before, but like you'll see here certain places that are like accessible with my flats boat, and you'll see like 40 plus foot center consoles live lining for kingfish. Like I could catch him. I could be in a John boat doing it, but you'll see like guys. You know, Mercury. I call them Mercury missiles, like a freaking fountain or something like that. They're like a
Yeah,
bunch of
dude.
little boats doing the same thing as they are, and they're in a 50-foot, 45-foot center console with 4 engines on the back of it, sitting a quarter mile off the
Yeah,
beach. You know,
yeah. You got a
but
Freeman out there
oh yeah,
with
but
with a big
I
old
guess
point.
everyone, yeah, different folks, different strokes, though.
Dude.
So like
Yeah, dude. I
everyone likes their
remember.
thing.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember we were in Isle of Palms one year, and
Uh huh.
we went. We used to go every year for a family trip, and we go out on a shark fishing trip, and because it was a boat big enough for the whole family and everyone.
Right.
So we pull up. The guy who the captain looks, he's like, "See that big light blue boat over there? That's the first. That's the very first Freeman that was ever built." And
Oh, dude, it's for sale right now.
yeah,
It went up for
dude,
sale today.
no way. It went
Yeah, it
up
went up
for
for sale
sale
today.
today. Holy
Today,
crap!
this morning, somebody put it on Facebook. The dude who owns it put it on Facebook today that it's the number one Freeman boat, and
Damn, dude.
still 400 grand.
Jesus, dude. When they
Yeah,
were
someone
driving
said,
that,
dude. It'll be gone. It'll be gone this week.
Oh yeah,
Someone will buy it.
It'll be gone tomorrow, dude.
It might have been sold already.
We were driving through the marsh, and they were going by us, and there was a kid in the tower doing TikTok dances. I was like,
What?
yeah, straight up. I was
He
like,
stole.
nice. You got a
He stole his dad's
couple,
boat.
yeah, couple $1 million boat, and you're up there in the tower driving it, doing TikTok dances. I was like, that's insane.
Bruh. It doesn't surprise
But
me.
oh yeah, dude, I've seen so much crazy shit, dude. Like even kids
Oh,
in like bass boats, dude. It's nuts.
oh yeah. It's getting
But you're
pretty. Like I've yelled at handful of young kids that shouldn't be running around like they are at their age, doing
yeah,
really unsafe stuff, and I have yelled at, not like being a jerk, like, because I thought I was 100% concerned for their safety, what they were doing, like, and that's like a
yeah,
big deal right now, dude. Like these kids doing these dances, that aura farming dance on the front of the boats,
yeah,
like people
dude.
are doing that.
If
People are
you,
doing that shit. Like
yeah,
it is so dangerous. Like that is like how people die.
yeah.
Like
I saw,
like this.
I
It's
saw
crazy.
one where the dude fell off the front doing the aura farming dance off the front,
Yeah,
and it was on a pontoon. He went right under the damn pontoon.
I saw that video. I
I was like,
saw that, dude.
no way.
It's crazy, but dude, it's like honestly, like I grew up. I lived on a boat. Growing up, every
Yeah,
summer we had, like, my dad had a small sport fishing boat that we literally lived on all summer. And like, not the thing about it with today's day and age. Now I don't mean to get too serious, but like, people just don't know. Like people don't know what's
oh
safe
yeah,
and unsafe on the water anymore. Like they were never taught, that you're not supposed to be riding on the bow of a boat, or you put a little
yeah.
alcohol in an 18-year-old dude and he's got some chicks on the boat or other friends, he's going to show off for him. And that's how people, like, unfortunately, that's how people lose their lives, like and
Oh yeah,
it happens multiple times a year, like
oh yeah,
where people get fucking killed out here. Just not
yeah,
not being smart, you know.
yeah. And it's like you
That's why I don't
see.
fish on the weekends very much anymore.
I got you. Damn, sorry, my mic went down.
No, you're good.
But yeah,
No,
dude,
you're good.
you see it on qualified captain all the time. They'll call out
Oh yeah.
people that sit on the bow of the boat and put their legs through the railings. And
Right.
dude, it's like like people probably look at it and they're like, "Oh, this is so mean to call someone out like that." It's like, well, they're not gonna learn any different if you don't.
Right.
And
I
it's not like
mean,
we're all sitting here and we're like, "Oh yeah, dude, like doing it like douchey." It's like no, you just somebody's gonna get hurt. We're not trying to be assholes, but
right. And there's not enough, in my opinion, and this is, in my opinion, there's not enough enforcement on the water
agreed.
to really, like, keep people in check like that. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, I see the game wardens and stuff pretty infrequently. Um,
yeah,
I kind of personally, even though it could hold up my show a little bit, I like seeing them.
I do too.
I follow the rules. I got my life jackets. I got all my safety gear. I don't take any redfish, and if I do take fish
Yeah,
that are, a speckled trout or a flounder, I got nothing to worry about because for the most part, it's going to be well in the range of where it should be,
yeah,
and I'm not going to take too much. I like seeing them because, you know, on a daily basis, especially in the wintertime when redfish are schooled up, dude, I don't know how many people are, like, people know they're not going to see the man. Like people
yeah,
are, culling redfish because they got one of the cooler that's 17 inches, and we just caught a 23, ditch that 17 real fast, or they just throw it in the cooler. Like somebody did get caught flounder gigging here last week or last month. with 21 fish over the limit
Oh my God.
and 3 over slot redfish, 21 fish. And from what I read, and I can't, like, don't quote me on this, but I was told by someone who's should know this kind of stuff because they're pretty affluential in the area, and said like the max fine per fish over the limit is $1,095 per fish.
Yeah,
And
I've
if
heard that.
one group got caught, 4 groups got caught that night. They had the most. They had the most. Like, another group got caught with like 3 redfish over 35 inches, which is ridiculous. And then one guy had like 10 undersized sheep's head. That's just one
Oh my
night,
God.
dude. Like, how many nights are they out there when there's no game warden, and we get guys
Yeah.
taking 20, 25, 30 flounder. You know, that's the toughest thing in my opinion with what's going on with our stocks and quality of fish we have, because people aren't afraid to roll the dice. You know,
Oh no,
and I don't mean to get
dude.
this turn this into a serious podcast, but it is a
Nah,
problem,
don't
hundred
worry about
percent,
it. Oh, it is 100%, dude. And it's
and it's
nuts too
everywhere.
with yeah, and it's with duck hunting, deer hunting, everything like that.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
and I'm not.
it's
I know you're
nuts.
probably a big waterfowler. The dude, honestly, like the most people who are breaking the law around here are the young, or I feel like are young duck hunters.
Yep, 100%.
Young duck hunters, and even guys that know better. I mean, I've had multiple situations here, and I don't waterfowl hunt too much, but where I know somebody who has a plantation right next door to my house, and group of kids from not here were shooting seagulls at first light. They had lead shot in their guns,
Yeah,
no life jackets in the boat, shooting over the dikes. Like, they got caught. But there's,
yeah,
like, you know, I don't know, man. It's crazy. Like in the trout, you ever fish Wilson's Creek up there,
yes, I
up
have.
by above Charlotte? I've heard of people, like,
Yep.
after they stock, the people go in there with cast nets and throw in the holes,
Oh yeah,
and
dude.
they get caught. They get caught every year, but you got a lot of people in this
It's
world that don't
literally
respect the resource.
100%, dude. And it's literally they'll go and do it. The only time, like, I hate saying this, but like the only time you'll see a game warden up there is the day after they stalked. The day
Right.
after they stalked, and you'll have 2, 3 people getting caught with cast nets. Like,
Yep.
that's only 2, 3. How many
Or
other people are doing that? Like
yeah,
throughout the week, dude. Like,
I agree, and I think North
it's
Carolina
nuts.
North Carolina's the trout fishing in North Carolina is pretty near and dear to their heart, because it's actually, North Carolina, Western North Carolina's probably got the most accessible trout water, probably
Oh yeah,
in the Eastern Seaboard, right? So, I mean, I've been
yeah.
to
I
places like
completely agree there.
in old Fort area, that I've seen them every time I've been there. But I've fished,
Oh yeah.
like, you ever been to South Mountain,
Yep.
in Vale?
Yep.
So South
Yeah.
Mountain, I've fished. I've never seen one there, but, like, I don't know, man. There's just more people doing it now, and I remember, like, I tried to get a game warden job here in South Carolina, and my degree is in intelligence and national security studies, so I thought I was kind of shooing. But 10 years ago, it was really hard to get a game warden job. Now they're begging for people to, try to get into that, because there's not enough officers.
Yeah,
You know.
dude. See, that's the thing. I got to the last round interviews to be a North Carolina game warden.
Hmm.
I was a recreation and parks management major, so I thought the same thing. I
Hmm.
was like, you know what? Like, I think I got a pretty good shot at this.
Yeah.
And you look at it, like the reason they're kind of like asking literally people to do it, they don't really pay much,
No,
and
they
the
don't pay much.
process you have to go through is ridiculous,
Right.
dude. Like, if
Right.
you're like a dude like
The,
you or I, like we got a girlfriend, family, wife, they can drop you
Right.
wherever you want for like 2 years,
Right.
wherever they want. Like that
Yeah,
kind of
and
sucks.
it's like a teacher's pay. It's like they don't get paid for what they do.
Yeah,
Like, and
100%.
that's probably the biggest hang up, but all the game wardens here are pretty good guys. Like we're, you know them all by
Yeah,
name, and they're friendly, and they don't, we'll probably we get harassed tomorrow, but they don't harass us. They just, they see us, and when they know we're working, quick, hey, what's up, man? You got any fish? Blah 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 blah. But they
yeah,
know, like, dude, I've got them in my phone. Like, if I see something going down, dude, I'm telling on you. I mean, my best friend
yeah.
could be out there with 5 redfish in his cooler, and guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna call the man and be like, hey, this dude has over the limit of redfish. I don't care who you are. I don't care how close we are. Like, that's one of those things, is like a no
No tolerance.
negotiation with me. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Like,
like I
I'll
agree.
tell on you in a minute.
That's
I mean, this is where I make my living out here. Like, this is what I rely on to support my family.
yeah,
I feel like
and
I
that's
owe it to the resource to respect it and help enforce.
yeah, and I think that's where it's different for you guys. Is it's like that's your guys. That's putting food on the table for you guys. That's your
Right,
money for your family, dude. Like, and that's
right.
where it's like that's where it just means more, is because
Yeah,
it's like if I were in your shoes, I'm calling the game when I do it all the time.
I think
I'll
I think
like
any guy that's got a good head on his shoulders would feel the same way. Or
yeah,
any angler who has a deep connection to what they're doing and the resource they're fishing in. I think that any of them probably feel the same way as I do. I mean,
oh yeah,
it's just there's a small population of people who just don't give a fuck, is what it boils down to.
oh yeah,
And
that is
it's their
100%
right to
boils
do
down
whatever
to.
they want. In their mind, it's their right to do whatever they want, and that's a
Oh yeah.
problem.
I
But
think that's a problem everywhere. Is people
everywhere,
somebody like for some reason everyone thinks that they're owed something or they're above their rules. It's like guess
right?
what, dude? It's like nobody cares who one your dad is, who someone else is, whoever someone is. If you have over your limit, those game wardens are gonna write you a fucking ticket, and they should.
They should, and they should. But
Yeah,
like, and in the day and age we're in, you got people doing stuff that's for content and clout. Like, they're doing stuff that's just wrong.
yeah,
I'm gonna go out and say it. I don't like when people fly drones to find redfish schools. I don't like it. I don't
yeah.
like seeing overhead shots of redfish with a drone. Like, because yeah, you might be just some guys say they're just filming them and they want to, but dude, people are using technology like that
Oh
so
yeah.
they don't have to work to find the fish. And that's, to my like, I don't even get mad about it, because I just feel sorry for people that have to do that to find fish, because the whole the prize is finding them. Catching them's
Yeah.
great, but dude, when you roll around a corner, dude, and you've been
And you
pushing the
see him?
boat for 4 hours and you can't find them, and then you see him doing it, like, dude, that's way cooler than watching them on a screen and then be like, oh, they're three
There
bends
they are.
in and we just got to
Yeah.
get in there slow. They're there. We'll get in there slow and then we'll catch them. Fuck that. The catching it's not, dude. The catching it for me is great. Yeah, I want the picture of my client with the fish, and
Yeah.
I want him to get his fish. And but dude, for me, the satisfaction is like, man, we uncovered a nut. We found him,
Oh yeah.
on our own. We found him, like, but like the honesty and the innocence in fishing is going away, and it's happening.
Yeah.
It happens in every kind of fishing and every kind of thing. But you can't fly a drone over a duck impoundment. That's
Oh
against the
hell
law.
no. Yeah, that's
That's
hundred
against the
percent.
law. That's harassing wildlife. I don't know
Yeah.
why you're allowed to do it over schools of fish. And I'm not
Yep.
trying to disparage anybody if anyone's listening that does that, but like honestly, like if that's what gets you going, that's cool. But like I kind of feel sorry for people that don't want to push a little bit further and actually find them. I mean,
Find them.
everyone wants to reward somebody. Everyone wants to reward, and no, and not everyone wants to go through the struggle to get to the reward. And
100%.
I
No
don't
one
even
wants to
feel
do it
like I don't
for you.
even right. Like I don't even like I said, I don't even feel like angry towards people doing that. I just feel sorry that they're not going to experience what I experience when I come around the corner and I find a school of fish or I find three fish,
Yeah.
you know, belly crawling down the bank. Like I just feel sorry for people that are not going to ever. They're going to use technology to find stuff like that and never just organically watch it happen, or want to
Yeah.
watch it happen. I've seen drones fly over my boat before. Like,
That's crazy
like
as
it's
hell.
crazy. Yeah,
Start shooting them down.
I've seen, yeah, I mean, I've seen them fly over. Like me and my wife were fishing one, just like we actually got like a babysitter and we just went fishing one day and we were just like floating minnows. Like we weren't even fly fishing. We were just chilling, floating minnows in a creek, just trying to, I knew there was a school of reds kind of playing around in that area. We were just fishing, just hanging out, having drinks, just chilling. And a
Yeah.
friggin' drone flew over us. Like I was like, for real? Like, damn, dude. Like it's happening, but like stuff like that, it's the world's changing,
Oh
and the
yeah.
way we're doing it, or the way things are, and there's people that are, you know, as small as like I said, another small percentage, but um, yeah, that's kind of what I'm missing about, or starting to get concerned about for the future generations. That the we were the last. I don't know how old you are, but I'm 33.
29.
But we're the last generation that didn't have cell phones when they
Yeah.
were, like we were the
Like
first
7 years
generation of
old.
kids that got big. Yeah, but like if you think about it, in the 90s, early 2000s, dude, we didn't have phones. And if we had a phone, it was like a Nokia brick. It wasn't an iPhone.
Yeah.
We didn't have that. We didn't have shit like that available to us when we were little. We were the last generation that had to do stuff without computers and technology like we have to do it today. If you think
Yeah.
about it, which is crazy.
That is.
So everyone
It's
after
so
us,
nuts.
ev- it's so nuts. And everyone after us, like I'm recording this on my iPhone right now. Like 20 years
Yeah.
ago, dude, you'd have had that freaking desktop and a little camera. It would look like shit. It would
Yeah.
sound like
Webcam.
shit.
Yeah.
Right. Like, but like it's so crazy to me. It's just like growing up doing this and growing up doing everything, like the fishing, the hunt and the surfing, whatever, like it's all changed with technology. And we were
Oh yeah.
the last group of people that got to see it before it got to where it is today.
Dude, you want to
You
know
know?
what the craziest thing in the whole fishing industry that I've seen these days?
What's that?
You have you ever heard of fish tips?
Oh
People
yeah.
are
You
legitimately
talking about like
selling their
fish brain or whatever?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
People are selling their waypoints in the bass fishing industry. Selling their waypoints for like $110 pop on this fish tips place. That's the type of shit
Yeah.
that's going to ruin fisheries.
Well, the thing about it, it's back to it again. Dude, I feel sorry for people that have to do stuff like that. And not saying
Yeah.
that I'm some sort of god, like I go, trust me, like I fish about 200 days a year, right? Like guide 200 days a year. There's days when I don't catch shit. We don't see a fish, like we get two shots at a fish in a day. Trust me, there's days when I'm like, man, I wish this was a little bit easier. But then you go out the next day and you rock it, and it's lights out. Dude, makes that shitty day just makes you more compelled to do something different the next day, right? Like
Yeah.
that kind of stuff, man. Like the fish tips and the fish brain. Like I've had young guys on the boat, like young dudes, like college age, newer to angling in general. Um,
Yeah.
taking pictures, caught a fish, took a picture, and he's like, I gotta put that on my fish brain. I said, bro,
Don't do
you ain't
that.
got your location on that. I said, do not put your location on that picture. I was like, I'm gonna tell you why. And I didn't just say that like in a way like I was like, you're gonna blow my spot up. I sat him down and I said, listen, dude. I was like, I don't care if it's on my boat or in your bass pond or you find a new trout stream, dude. If you post that shit on there and you put where you're at, you're hurting yourself. You're not hurting anybody else. I
Oh
said,
yeah.
you're just hurting yourself. Like, trust me, I use
Agreed.
Instagram for my business. I put pictures up, I put videos up. But like, in my opinion, I told him, I was like, listen, you're hurting yourself. Like, you found something, keep
Yeah.
it to yourself. Like, keep it to yourself.
Exactly.
Tell a couple buddies. You put this out, you're never gonna. That spot is not yours anymore. Those fish are never gonna be yours again. And he was like, I didn't think about
Nope.
that way because they're not. That's the thing. Like these platforms don't make people think the way that like it's a
Yeah.
chest beating bragging board. They don't realize that they're hurting themselves.
Yeah.
Like
And they're just hurting the
uh,
resource.
I, they're hurting they're hurt, yeah, and they're hurting their dude. They were if you worked for it and you found it, like dude, I think that you should have a little more respect for yourself than to give it
Yeah.
up that easy. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's just I was trying to
And
hammer it into his head. He was like 18-year-old dude. I was like just think about it this way. So that's what I said. Just think about it that way. Like you found it, dude. You're here. You caught your first redfish on fly. Share the picture. You don't need to tell people where you're at
yeah,
because
exactly.
like it's just gonna hurt you. And if you post, and I was like, and if you post that shit and you don't, and it's geotagged where we're at right now, because we gonna have a problem. No, it's
Yeah.
but like that's the problem. It's like that new generation. It's more about the bragging part of it. Like people say, like, oh, I got my PB. Like I don't know why PB to me is like a cringy word, like a cringy
It
phrase. Like when
is
people say they got their
so
PB,
cringy.
it's the cringy like phrase to me because I didn't.
Yeah.
Like I didn't ever thought about it that way. Like I never thought about like, oh, like that's a biggest redfish ever caught, or like that's my PB. I'm
Yeah.
like that's so
Dude,
it's so weird, dude. Like everyone's just like competing against one another
yeah.
in
It's
an
all
atmosphere that doesn't matter. It's so weird, but you know.
I think it's one of those things that's like don't get me wrong. It's like kids are fishing more for the picture than they are the fish now.
And I'd honestly, devil's advocate, I'd rather young kids fish, even if it is for the picture right now,
Yeah.
than be doing something, like kind of destructive to themselves
Yeah.
or just like or sitting on a computer and video gaming all the time. Like yeah, I'd rather a kid be out. But
Out
like
fishing.
and a lot of those kids
That's
maybe didn't grow up from a fishing background too. So they're like these kids are learning from YouTube, they're learning from Instagram, they're learning from whatever app they use about fishing. Like dude, this tackle business is such a smart. They're so friggin' smart. They just give kids that have high heavy. You've seen it in fly fishing too. Like there's
yeah.
fly fishing celebrities out there, right? Like,
Oh
dude,
yeah.
that's like the most non like glamorous celebrity there ever was. Is a fly fishing, but like they sell gear
yeah.
by giving kids free shit, and they put it on YouTube and they do a review. Like, how many kids like they got a bunch of kids running around this neighborhood who bass fish, and they're like, like they got to have this lure. And I'm like, why you got to have that lure? Oh, XYZ on YouTube has been throwing this thing. He's been wearing them out on
Yep.
it, and I'm like, dude, just get a Zoom, get a Gary Yamamoto pumpkin seed worm in a
yeah.
Texas rig, dude. You'll catch them, I promise.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
That's the thing. It's like
but it's different.
if you
It's
put if you if you put a Senko in front of a hungry fish's face, he's gonna fucking eat
They're gonna eat it. They're going to eat
it.
it.
Yeah,
But it's just
100%.
it's. I mean, I guess I gotta understand a little better too because it is a different day and age. But like, I fished a lot of younger guys, younger girls, like with their families, and um, the greatest thing is I have some really good little anglers that fish with me. But trying to keep the innocence like. And like if I'm teaching a kid how to fish, try to talk to him about like the right way to do things and why we're doing it this way, and like stuff that matters. Like
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I'm glad there's more kids fishing now than there probably ever was. Is where it boils down to
same here.
what
Yeah,
what the industry's pushing. What the industry's pushing, don't 100% agree with, but like in general, we have a bigger following of younger kids out here fishing, which is cool. I like
oh
that.
yeah, 100%. I think that's cool. It's better than them. It's better than them smoking crack.
Correct. Crack is bad.
Yeah,
Crack is
yeah,
not good.
better. Kids even fishing for the pictures better than them smoking crack. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Better than them doing
or
meth.
or huffing, computer cleaner, whatever. It's better than
Yeah,
it's
dude.
better than that.
Doing
Let's just say that. If you want to take pictures
yeah,
and share it to your fish brain, I'd rather you do that than smoke crack. So,
exactly.
official statement.
But do you have any particular client stories or memorable days that stand out to you?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
let's
I don't have many terrible bad ones. I've got some, I've had been pretty fortunate to have pretty good clients over my
oh
time
yeah,
of guiding. Um, but like back to there's a couple different that stand out to me. Like back to the kids thing. There's this young kid named Cole who came down on vacation with his parents. The kid is like hardcore, like hardcore. Like his parents basically book vacations around where they could take the kid fishing, which is great. He's an only kid. Parents
that's
nurture
pretty
the
sick.
fishing. Like it's sick. It's awesome. And he fished with me first time last might have been August. I can't remember. It's last summer, and I mean, dude, I mean, the kid was incredible. Like I couldn't tell this kid to do something, and he didn't know how to do it already. Like walking a
Dang.
spook or like dude, he slapped warm out, dude. Like it was the most fun I've had, and watching somebody like at his age, probably like I think he was 8 at the
Holy
time, and
crap.
just watching somebody, yeah, he was 8 or 9. I think he might have been a little older than that. Whatever, he was from 8 to 10 or 11. So,
Dang.
but I mean, just like I give him a bait, he knew how to fish it. Like, I mean, and like honestly, like there's days when you could do everything right and not catch them. But dude,
Yeah.
I mean, the kid was so good. It was such a pleasure to watch a kid like that. It was so in tune and such a good angler. And I didn't even have to like tell him to do anything, man. It was incredible to watch this kid fish. And he
Yeah.
came back and fished with me. They came back and fished with me in like November. Yeah, November of last year. And kid wanted to catch his first fish on fly. And I was like, yeah, dude, we could try. So we fished 2 days, fished me the night before. We smoked the trout. We did really well on the trout, light tackle. We threw top water plugs, caught, some big reds on top waters. And next morning he
Yeah.
wanted a fly fish. And we're riding out, and Cole's like, hey, dude, it was freezing out. His mom was on the boat. Like, Judy was on the boat, like, in a beanbag, like, tucked up in a blanket. Hugh, his dad, was next to me. Cole was sitting between us. We're trying to keep this kid, toasty. And like we get out going. I'm like, so Cole, what have you caught on fly? He's like, I don't know. He's like, caught a couple creek chubs. And I'm like, all right. So I was like, this could be interesting, and we got back into this little basin and, a little 9 weight, and got him up in the bow, showed him how I wanted to, it set up, like got the line stripped out, showed him how, where the shot was going to be or how I was going to position the boat to make it work for him. And, we were pulled back in this little basin and caught some fish in there a couple days earlier. And it was a little dead this morning. Like we didn't see much. And then I turned down this little oyster rake and was running down the side of this oyster rake. And I looked over this sand flat and there's nice fish, like just kind of laid up on that flat, and Cole's up front, and back up. He came the first time, didn't have sunglasses on. His parents were like, we're telling him wear sunglasses. He's like, I don't like sunglasses. I don't like sunglasses. And the first thing I said to him when he got on the boat was like, where's your sunglasses at? And he was like, I don't have them. And I pulled my spares out and let him wear them. And at the end of the day, I was like, hey, dude, those are yours now. I said, if I ever see a picture with you without sunglasses on, I said, you're going to be a better angler if you wear sunglasses because you can see. All right.
Yeah.
So back the second trip, he shows up with his sunglasses on that I gave him. But we're pulling along, and I see this fish coming over this edge, and I'm like Cole, you see that fish right there? And he says, yeah, I see it. And I was like, all right, let's watch him for a second. He was just kind of milling around, and he was starting to fall off his edge. I was like, throw it. I was like, he's moving. He was moving right to left, and I was like, Cole, throw it at like 10 o'clock. Let it sink. Threw it at 10 o'clock. There's a video of this eat, and I'll send it to you. He threw it at 10 o'clock. Fish falls off the edge, and he's like kind of just mid-water column, not on the bottom, but not on the top. And I'm looking at the fly, and sorry, I'm looking at the fly, and I was like, Cole, I was like, bump it. And he's like, he bumped it a little bit, just a little pull. And I was like, all right, tick it again, tick, 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 tick. And then I watched the fish open its mouth and suck the fly in the video. I was like, dude, he's eating it, set the hook. And the kid just went like this. Didn't lift the rod, nothing. It was like a 25-incher on fly. It was like a second cast with the fly rod. And like it was incredible. The kid fought it, didn't try to drop the fly line and go right to the reel. Dude was stripping it, like fought the fish well, got it to the net. Dude, it was the coolest thing I've seen. Dude, I gave that kid the biggest bear hug when I put that fish in the net. But that was one of like my most memorable, cool days is watching him. I mean, he's always does pretty well when he comes and fishes, but like watching him put that fish in feed that fish. He's just so in tune with all kinds of angling. Like he's going to be one to like watch in the future. He's really good, and
That's awesome.
that was probably one of my coolest days out there. I mean, I've had some really great days, but like that one kind of stuck with me for a while.
Yeah. That
So
yeah, that's pretty cool for sure. Eight
yeah,
year old,
I
8 year
enjoy
year
it.
old. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, it was unreal, dude. I mean, I think I bit the fly off and gave it to him, and it was a really cool experience. And the kid's just like, I mean, he's just all he wants to do is fish. And I told him when we were riding in, I was like, hey, dude, make sure you keep this stuff fun. Like, don't get to the point where you're just wanting to do it to like keep it fun. Keep this stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, you're talented, man. Like, keep it fun. Don't take it too seriously. I was like, don't burn yourself out. I said, you're really good. I mean, it's incredible to watch you fish. So that's what I love. Like, I don't so much get off on catching fish like myself on the fly rod anymore. Like, I could take if I never caught another redfish again on fly, but I got to stand up there and watch people do it on my boat. That's what I love. I love pushing people into them. I love watching them do what they do, and I love watching what the outcome is of whether the customer or the client hits the fish in the face and blows the shot, or if when we get that thing to the boat and it's the dude's first saltwater fish ever, and he's
Yeah.
a 40-year-old man that's freaking out. Like I love it. That's what gets me going. That's why some types of fishing are not as satisfying to me as the sight fishing, but um, really that you know being up on the polling platform is like my favorite thing about being on the water anymore. Like I said, I could take or leave. Like when I went to Montana, dude, I didn't even care to fish. I just wanted to go see it, wanted to
Yeah.
experience it. Like, so
Yeah.
that's that's just kind of how it is for me.
I got you, dude. So, what's on the horizon for you in the coming years here?
Man, just keep on hoping we keep growing. With my group of guys, the Carolina Guide Service. I'm hoping to get more groups of like group trips, kind of being our winter thing, like a hosted
Yeah.
style trips where we can get like 6 or 8 anglers and put them up, and that's a goal for the winter time for us. That's near future goal. We're gonna like try to do some stuff like that in the after Christmas, January, February. Fishing could be really good those times of the year.
Yeah.
Redfish school up. Weather is pretty consistent unless it snows like it did last year. But for the future, man, just keep growing. Keep everything. I just hope I keep the fire that I have and it stays fresh. And um, people still love to fish, and like it just keeps going for me. Like I'm not in competition with anyone else. Like I don't try to be in competition with anybody else. I don't care how many trips so and so is running. Like I just hope I keep growing. I hope I become a better guide. I learn more. I want to learn more every day, and obviously hope I keep keep my family happy, and watch my girls grow, and they're growing into little fisher girls themselves. So like watching them grow, and just simple stuff, man. I just want to just do better. So
I got you, dude. Yeah, I completely agree, man. So this is how I end all my podcast episodes: is your 5 songs for the Trout Tunes playlist. Yeah, just any 5
okay.
songs.
Right now we got to put on "Keep on Rolling" by King George. I don't know if
Okay.
you know that one, but that's probably not a real appropriate song. But I
Yeah, it's
mean,
all
not
right.
maybe put on. Yeah, we'll put that one. Um, the gonna have to do some reggae. So, "Pressure Drop" by Toots and the Maytals. Um, do "Take It Easy" by Sense of Motion.
Let's see. Take it easy.
Sense of Motion.
Let's see. Just gotta put in. It's coming up the Eagle song off the rip. There it is. You got it.
Um,
All right.
and what I got two more.
2 more.
Um, "Brahma Fear" by Jimmy Buffett. It's my favorite
Oh,
song of
dude,
all
I love
time.
that song.
Um,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then we'll do "Disconnected" by Face to Face.
Oh yeah. I'll give you the ones that I got. Let's see. Um, I have to go back to the playlist and go down to mine. Where is it? Yeah, because I do 5 and I do I have the guests do 5. It's just a cool way to end it. Something
Yeah,
nobody's really done. But mine were "Bury My Bones," Whiskey Myers, "Nose
good
on the
one.
Grindstone," Tyler Childers, and then "Long Cool Woman in the Black Dress," the Hollies, and then "The Wolf," Whiskey Myers, and then "Up All Night," Widespread Panic.
Widespread. Yep, got to have one of them.
Oh yeah, dude, I love widespread panning. My little sister went to UGA, so it was kind of cool. We got to go see their little star on the Walk of Fame in Athens. Pretty
Oh,
sweet.
sick! Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, man.
Widespread's a pretty big band in the fishing guide community. I feel like
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not a
dude.
hardcore guy, but I have some buddies like my buddy Thomas up, guys with me. Like he's hardcore.
Yeah,
like sits in his garage and watches Widespread shows.
yeah. That's what I do. I'll tie flies and listen to the widespread show on
Yeah,
Nugs.
yeah.
But that's all I got for you, man. You got any last plugs and thanks you want to throw on here?
No, I'll just put in there. Just plug in the It's about us. So, again, we're down here in Georgetown, guide service. Blackwater Revival is my business, but we're a sister company to Carolina Guide Service. Four guides, me, Jordan Pate, Thomas Chapman, um, Kevin Grant, and we all have skiffs. We all have bay boats. We kind of do it all. But if you guys, anyone wants to get some boys together, little group together in the wintertime, like we'd love to have you down. And it's a really easy place to come to, especially from, where's most of your listeners from? Do you know, like,
Yeah, I
is
got
it
them.
mostly like southeast or
Yeah, mostly
kind
southeast.
of
I got them
everywhere?
from all over the place though. Got
Nice.
some in Brazil,
So
which is
like
kind of cool.
Brazil, interesting. But yeah, Georgetown's a cool place. It's, you're a little more disconnected. You could be a little more disconnected, but you're also close to going to Walmart or going to get a nice meal. So, if, anyone ever wants to do like a group trip, like we're offering that kind of stuff, and give us a shot down here in Georgetown. Next time you're thinking about going to Charleston or somewhere else, come see us down here. I mean, it's a cool place. You're gonna see a fraction of the boats on the water than you're gonna see in Charleston, and yeah, give us a shot down here.
Sounds good, man. Well, I greatly appreciate you coming on, brother.
Right on, dude. Thank you so much.
No problem. That was Johnny Monero with Carolina Guides, I believe. He's got his own thing too. But it's really cool to see what he's doing. Really, really cool conversation. Super nice guy. If you guys want to get down there, catch some reds or anything like that in Georgetown, go and check them out. Um, we were actually supposed to have this podcast on Friday, but some stuff came up and I actually couldn't make it. So um, we got it done today. So guess what? Y'all have a 3 episode week coming. So lots in store. Got the Rise Fly Fishing Festival next Saturday and Sunday, so we'll be out there recording a few things. Can't wait for that. That's gonna be a good time. But before we end, Riversmith, like I said in the beginning, Riversmith code Wrangler10 to save on all of your purchases at riversmith.com. Until next time, like, subscribe, do whatever you do. See you guys next time.